Hey, what's up? It's Leighton from the Online Code Coaching coming at you. Just with a quick Photoshop tutorial here. This tutorial is for my two students. Going to give you guys a little shout out here from Out School, Isabella and Noah. Very awesome students in my Photoshop course for beginners. By the way, Out School is awesome. If you want to check it out, check it out. It's a place where you can find really cool courses. If you're a kid, really cool stuff you can learn there. If you're parents, I mean, a lot of stuff you can find for your kids to do. So just a little shout out to Out School. I'll leave a link in the description where you can actually sign up to either become a teacher and also make some cool money there as well. But in this tutorial, we're gonna be making a picture like of this right here. And so that is what me and my students are currently working on. Me, Isabella, and Noah are currently working on. So I kind of want to give them this video. This video is for you guys to catch them up to speed on what to do once we have acquired all the necessary components. So to make this video, you simply needed a picture of someone with a coffee cup of some sort. You don't want it to be sideways. You don't want it to be top down. You want it at an angle that you can see what's in the cup at least. Normally, I would say try to leave out any areas where the finger is covering the top of the cup, but that's okay because we're okay. We're okay because we're okay. Then we went ahead and got some other stuff. We got a mountain. We got some birds with a transparent background, and then with also a transparent background, I got some clouds, and you can't see it unless I enable the other background here. You can see just some clouds that we're going to help to decorate it some more. So to start, I know that Noah and Isabella has already done this, but we're going to select the ellipse tool, and then we're going to try to draw the sides of the cup, and then just use this tool here to kind of shape it out the best you can. Now, it doesn't always be perfect, but even something like that is okay. And you can see you can rotate it too if that's something you ever need to do. I know that I'm covering his finger a little bit, but something like so. And that is absolutely perfect. I don't need anything else on it. I can use my arrow keys to kind of like, move it just a tad bit. But that is perfect. What you're gonna do next is that I'm gonna take my mountain layer right here, and I'm just going to lower the opacity so I can see through it, and then go ahead and scale it down to the suitable size that I want it to be. So let's see here. I'm just kind of like looking through it at this point to imagine it like how I like it already, and I like this. At that point, we want to make the selection. So we want to make the ellipse tool a selection. So just by holding control and then click right on it, boom, we made that selection. So what this does, I'll remind you guys by showing you guys. Let me just get a hard eraser here and a nice big size. What this does, let's just go ahead and click back onto the mountain, and then what's gonna happen now is that when I erase, it only erases what's in the middle. So you can see here, if I turn up the opacity again, the mountain, I'm erasing what's inside of the selection. And what I want to do is not that. I want to erase everything on the outside. So I'm gonna undo eraser, undo that, and then what I'm gonna do is click on the selection real quick and tell it to invert selection. So now I've selected everything on the outside. Okay, hopefully I didn't go too fast there. Sometimes you have this pop up. When this pop up, just hit OK. So now I can erase everything on the outside. See, very hard though. It's really hard, and that is why you want to go to a soft tool. And you can see when I erase it, it doesn't just it's not very high. And so I'm gonna slowly just get around the edges here. But let me go ahead and increase the opacity again so I can just see the full thing, just like so. And then what I'm gonna do is just like so. Right, just kind of erase, bring his hand back into the picture, just like so. And then you just kind of get close to the mountain as you can. Doesn't have to be, you know, doesn't have to be too close. So like so. After that's done, my friends, we don't need the selection anymore. We can go ahead and just deselect and even get rid of the ellipse layer. So we'll say bye, like so. And then what I have is this picture on top of this. But his finger, right, is still there. So what I'm gonna do with his finger, well, this is not a step you need unless you have something like this where the finger slightly goes over the top. So you won't need to do this unless your picture is the same. With a finger, I'm just gonna select this tool and use this one right here and zoom in a tad bit to this area and make a selection just like so. I'm not even gonna be too careful with it, just gonna go a little rough with it like so. Right, and this is the rest of this I could just do like so. That is important for this. What I can do with this is there's so much I can do with this, to be honest. I can turn this layer back on and then erase only what's in the selection. We can do that as well. So again, soft brush, make sure I have the correct layer selected, because if I have this layer selected and I go ahead and I try to erase, I'm actually erasing the finger. So again, the layer selections are important. Again, you only have to do this if you have the same issue I have. And then I just do this, right? So there's that. you could have done it differently, but that way works just fine for me. And then I'm just gonna undo selection again. You can see somewhere here there's a little bit of stuff that could be fixed, but we're gonna fix all that. Don't you worry. I will use the soft erase one more time, but this time there's no selection, there's no boundaries. So I just got to be kind of careful as I do this part right here. So I'm going to decrease the size of the brush as I go into the more detailed area, like so. Make sure I show up his hand a little bit. Kind of want like so. And like so. Now, let me get, there's some more here that I can see. Just zoom in, right, and fix it up, clean it up. Like this area, let's bring the coffee back. The coffee mug really need to shine here. Like so. Okay. So, I can see some areas where the coffee color is kind of coming through, but that's okay. You can basically hide that with the cloud, or just make your picture slightly bigger some areas if you need to. So I can just maybe bring this up a little bit and then move it up, right? So there's all these techniques. There's many. I can see a little bit of almost like a reflection happening there, and I'm actually okay with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So in our class, we've already gotten up to this point. So we're good. We have up to this point. Now to bring some more life to this, that's where the other elements come in, right? So with the cloud, I'll turn the cloud on. Let's go ahead and scale it down. And it's actually already behind, right? You can see the layer. This is on top. This is behind. It's already behind the mountain. So that is actually pretty great. and I'll put one over here to the side. It's not very white, so we can make it whiter. We can make it whiter. So you can go here to what is that? Blend in color. Oh, yes, blend in option. Options, and then you can find color overlay. See, color overlay, and then you can change the color from any color you want. I'm just checking it to make sure opacity is full. Okay, opacity is full. I will go to just right click on the layer, go to the option at the top, to the blend and overlay, and choose color overlay. And then what I'll do is choose white. And this kind of makes it even whiter, right? I will turn it down. I just wanted to make it a little bit whiter, but not too much. And then I will definitely make it even smaller. Get some clouds in the back there towards the top. And I will commit it, and then I will duplicate it. Duplicate the layer. See, the cloud became a little whiter there. And feel free to not just, you know, rotate stuff, make it look a little different. And this one I will leave. I will bring this layer to the front, create dynamic here. Put some clouds in the back, some clouds in the front, and just like so. I think I should have gotten some better ones, some better clouds, but just like so. It's looking pretty alright. I'll even make this a lot smaller. Put one about right here, like so. Let me duplicate this one though, because I kind of want it to be a little bit more puffy. There we go. So I duplicate it, make it a little bit more whiter. I even duplicate one more time if I want it to like really stand out. Boom. And so if it doesn't move, it's good. Next, the birds. Let's enable the birds layer and bring them to the top. That's not exactly the top. Oh, it is the top. Okay. And now let's scale them down. Scale them down just enough. So this right here, right there, is actually pretty good. Pretty good right about there. Undo that. I think they're pretty good about right about there. Maybe even a little bit smaller. And what you could do with this now to create, well, nah, they're fine actually right there, just like so. I like how his hand is actually helping to show them they're better with his hand. The color of his hand in the background actually helps bring them to life even further. In this tutorial, I had some really nice clouds on this one, and so the clouds I'm using on this one is not that great. So what you could do, my friends, is go over to Google and just type clouds, can't spell today, and then PNG, and look for some nice puffy clouds. Like this doesn't look bad. If it is PNG, then great. So let me go ahead, go to the site and see if I can find the button to download it. It says big cloud, that's right here. It's just hard to see. Download full size, close. Oh, and then here it comes right there. So after you have you know, some, it really, what really sells the picture is get some really decent clouds. So this is amazing. Look at that nice puffy white clouds. You want that. So scale it down, and oof, it's just looking amazing already, right? And I think like it also plays on the smoke element of what should be coming from the cup. So I'm gonna put this below the layer for the mountain, which is this right here, and this is my big clouds, and put it just right below it. Boom. And so it goes behind it. I'm gonna do that right there, like so. You know what? I think it looked better in front. So I'm gonna do that like so. And what I can do with this to like even spoof it up a little bit more. Let me do this. Let me just make it bigger, as big as the top of the cloud, of the top of the um the cup, like so. So this part here can be like steam. What I can do now is use the eraser tool and the soft brush again, and I just have the cloud selected. And what I'm gonna do is erase some of the inside, which is going to then bring dynamic to the mountain. Basically, it's bringing back the mountain like to the front, and there's a cloud there that I am actually not liking. Yep, get rid of that, kind of like so. So I bring the mountain back to the front stage of what's happening here, and then it looks like this one went behind it and stuff like that. And so if there's too much, like this one over here, like the other cloud I had, I'm just gonna have to say does not work well, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Gone. And so if there's too much over here, you can legit just erase, you know. You want to make it look like his hand is in front of it, or it's, you know, it's going behind his hand here. You can just do like so. So like I said, like you can, we're gonna fix these in the clouds is what really bring it to life. And there it is. We fix what I told you we would fix. Just kind of erase, just get the, you know, get the hand out like so. We fix it. I'm actually gonna undo a little bit there. Yeah, I don't mind actually having it come over in front of the hand just a tad bit like so. So I'm okay with that. Okay, that, my friend, is it. And just admire work. Great work. It looks absolutely beautiful. Another thing you can do to the picture as a whole is sometimes I would like to click on, I do this sometimes where I click on the background picture, which is the person holding the cup, and I go to effects, image, and then I go to adjustments, and I just choose black and white, and it kind of like bring a little something to it. And then also the mountain, I feel that when you make it black and white as well, just like so, what happens here, well, I guess there's a cloud that has a little bit of hint of color right there, but it's one of those clouds that I'm not a big fond of, so I turn it off. And what this does is that Noah and Isabella, what it does is that it makes it so that you don't have to do much color correction because it's all black and white. And so this looks pretty nice. And then you can then save it when you go to save as. Right now you're saving it as a Photoshop file that you can open up later and continue to work. But what you can do is click on this and change it to a PNG or even a JPEG. So I'm gonna put this right here on my desktop and just kind of like show you. I'll call it show. Hit save and boom. And then I can close my Photoshop. I'm not gonna save anything because I'm actually gonna do that live. This I will keep open, doing some work on that. But here it is, show, and if I crack it open, there is what we just made. And so it looks pretty good. And I'll see you guys again next week in class. Bye bye, guys.